Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a whole new episode of your program, Windows. Management, planning, strategic management are all key pillars and great words for any nation to revive and to nourish, and of course with the vision of its generations. And to know more about this topic, I'm so delighted to be accompanied here in the studio by Dr. Amira, Sabiq, the strategic management and the planning expert. Good evening, doctor.
Good evening, dear, for you and all your audience. It's a big pleasure for me to be with you tonight.
It's always my pleasure. Thank you so much for coming to our studio. Well, of course, we know that you are an expert in such field, and you've seen a lot. There is lots of developments that is happening in this sector when it comes to not just planning on a smaller scale, but also when it comes to nations and the developments that is happening in any and all fields. And well, we're going to start first by what is the strategic management?
Very good question. Let's start with really what is strategic management. Let's say what we mean by strategic and what we mean by management. Management is having a goal that you want to achieve. How to have a goal and how to achieve it. Strategic means it is something important and long-term. So when we talk about strategic management, and by the way, the concept of strategic management, you know that it started in the wars, in the fields. This concept of strategic management started like 500 years BC, when there were lots of wars in China and in China and Greece. So people say here of management, we want to have strategic management like wars. So strategic management from wars come from tactics. How to do tactics to achieve your goal, how to win, okay? That's how it started. What do we mean by strategic management in organizations or in nations is that to have a long-term vision that you want to achieve. Okay, so what is a vision? What should we do to fulfill a strategic management properly? It starts with a vision. What is a vision? Some people say vision is a dream. It is not a dream.
It's totally different. A vision is something and a dream is something else.
Exactly. Do you know what vision is? When I say Vision 2030, for example, in Egypt here, if you ask the president or the people who are working on this dream or this initiative, it is the impact we want to leave on people. So the vision is the impact we want to leave on people or on a country or an organization. So a vision is the impact that we want to have. To reach this vision or to leave this impact, we should have a mission that we should do. What are we going to offer these people? What are we going to do for these people to have this impact? So a vision is followed by a mission. To fulfill this mission, by the way, before even saying goals, I should have proper culture. So it starts with three main pillars: a vision, a mission, and a culture. A vision is the impact, a mission is what we are going to do this impact, and the culture is the environment where we will be putting our rules or working. Culture is very important to prepare the field before you play, to prepare the environment before you say, I'm going to set new rules or to do work on new projects. It's the awareness of people. It's the values of people. So culture, as we always say, culture eats strategy for breakfast. So even if you work with the perfect strategy, you got very professional people and you started to work in a very well-established strategy, without a well-prepared culture, a healthy culture, it will lead to nothing. So the three main pillars: vision, mission, and then culture. When these are ready, I have to start deciding on the goals I want to achieve. Yes? Mm-hmm. To reach this impact. Mm-hmm. Before setting goals, I have to know where the gap is. What are the needs of the people? If you are talking about nations, mm-hmm. What are the needs of the people? What do we have to fulfill these needs? What
we have lack on, and
what strong points we have, mm-hmm. What weaknesses we have, what opportunities we have, and what challenges we have. So we have to have these four in front of us. And then we can start saying, okay, how can we use our strong points in filling in the gaps. How can I use my strong points as a nation to catch opportunities? So when I catch opportunities and I fill in the gaps, I will become stronger and stronger to face challenges. Setting goals, now I'm ready to set goals because I'm strong enough and I know where I am. Then I have to set goals. And these goals should be, as we always say, smart goals. Smart goals means they have to be specific. Everyone, when they read this goal or hear this goal, they know what you mean. We don't want to have goals with weasel words. We don't want to have goals with unidentified words. Goals are clear for everybody. They have to be measurable. Goals should be measurable. I don't say, okay, we want to develop something. So, first of all, what do you mean by development and how much development you want? Develop is not a specific word. You can say we want to raise awareness with this rate, but we want to raise awareness, it's not enough. So it has to be specific, it has to be measurable, it has to be achievable. We should have the resources to achieve these goals. It has to be relevant to the bigger vision of the nation, and then we should have a timing for it. That's how we can have smart goals. Defining goals, we can go then to strategies. A strategy is the way to implement a goal. So I identify the goal, built on my analysis, then I can say, okay, what are the strategies? What are the different strategies? And I should have like multiple scenarios, alternative scenarios, because I can start with a strategy that it will not work. I have to be ready with another one. Yes, plan A and yes, contingency planning as we call it. So we can say, okay, what kind of strategies I have to set? After deciding on the strategies, we have to put the resources. Are we capable to achieve this or to implement these strategies, or we don't have the resources? Because strategies should be fitting with our resources. Now, I am done with the goal, but the last step is actually the most important. I have the vision, I have the mission, I have the culture, I have the analysis, I have the goal, I have the strategy, I have the resources. What's next? How to measure performance. If you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it. Whatever you cannot measure, you cannot manage. So, setting a goal, I have to say, okay, this is the goal, and these are the indicators that will show me if I'm working properly, if I'm on the right track, or I need to go for a corrective action, or I need to do replanning. But if I'm working on my goal without any monitoring, without controlling, without indicators to measure my performance, how can I know if...
It's how like can going back to point one.
How can I know if I'm progressing or not? So to track my progress, I should have indicators. If I have these indicators to say that maybe I need replanning, I have to go back to know what the root cause of the problem. So to manage, I cannot say, okay, I'm thinking just myself. No, there should be committees, there should be people who are in charge, there should be brainstorming. When I'm talking about management nowadays, I cannot say that I just want to achieve goals. I have to be ready for any change that can occur. Not just ready for any change, I have to anticipate changes that are revolving around us that can affect us. So being good at monitoring what's going on and having a big cat detailed eye on what's going on, I will be able to anticipate change even before it happens. So I will be well prepared for it. And that's what we always call now agility. Being agile means I can anticipate change, I can generate ideas to cope with this change, I can initiate action, I can take action, I'm proactive, I can give chance for people to try and error. Agility is to go a step forward before others. And at the same time, because I have the agility, if this action maybe is not the best one, I can go back and try again. So strategic management is a well-planned goal that you need to achieve based on analysis to serve a vision, and at the same time it has to be flexible to cope with agility. Why we should cope with agility? Because we are now in the VUCA world. If we Google now, anyone who Googles the word VUCA, VUCA is an acronym for volatile. We are in an era that is filled with volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So knowing this, I should know how to plan, how to put strategies, how to provide resources, and first of all, how to measure and track progress. This is in simple what strategic management is.
Well, of course, we cannot get enough of strategic management when it comes to the explanation, but also we have the planning. This is something else.
Yes.
Or it is a pre-step before the strategic management, let's say, or it's a merge, or how do they cope with each other?
Planning is is the first step of strategic management. Okay, when I say management, by the way, management is 4 steps. Let's say it in another word. Management is a process, and this process consists of 4 steps: planning, organizing, leading, controlling. This is the 4 step of the management process. So the first step is planning, as I said, how to plan for something the way I said it. After you plan, you start to organize, which is very important. By the way, planning answers the question what should be done. The process of planning, or the stage of planning, we are deciding what to be done, just on paper. We are done with our planning, then we go to the implementation phase, which starts with organizing. What is meant by organizing? To see who is going to do what and how to do it. To put people in the right places, to say, okay, to achieve this goal, we are having some tasks. Or to achieve this goal, we have some objectives. And this objective consists of some tasks. So we can say, okay, this task is the responsibility of X, this task is the responsibility of Y. So we start to delegate responsibilities. But when I delegate responsibility, I give the responsibility with the indicators to measure performance. Myself and the one who is implementing, we should agree how we will measure performance, because you can find people working very hard and putting a lot of effort, and then they are not meeting the goal because they didn't know what is expected from them. But when you have clear goal and clear, as we call them, key performance indicators, when these 2 are very clear, everything will be smooth, because the one who is implementing and the one who is managing, or the one who is planning, are working on the same track. So as we said, it's a process of 4 steps. Planning, number 2, organizing. Organizing is how to allocate resources and how to put people in the right place and how to teach them, or how to tell them how to do the job. Then we go to the 3rd one, which is leading. Let me ask you a question. Do all people who lead are leaders?
No.
No.
No, of course not. 100% I agree with that. I believe there are some leaders, not everyone can be a leader. It takes lots of persona, it takes a lot of
passion.
It takes passion, of course, 100%,
Yes.
and it takes lots of, we're not going to say effort, because when you find your passion, it's effortless. It's like you're searching for your goal, and you're reaching your goal in a very nice, smooth way, with lots of effort, of course. Nothing can come just easily. But
It's a lot of effort, and let me tell you, it's a lot of sacrifice.
exactly.
Why? Because when you are leading people, you are managing your interests. You are managing your behavior. You are managing your interest. You are keeping them aside to cope with others. Leadership is based on emotional intelligence. Okay? To lead people, you have to understand their emotions first.
Yes.
So you have to focus a lot on people, how they act, how they react. So understanding their emotions, and then if you understand their emotions, you will be able to control their emotions. And if you control their emotions, you will be able to control their behavior. And this is leadership, is to be able to... You can tell me, I don't like the word controlling their behavior. Or, no, it is good.
It is. It's
it is something good.
Actually, to be a
As
leader.
we control the behavior of our kids.
Yes.
So behavior of people, this is leadership, because you are taking their hand to something good. So the third step is leading people, which is getting the maximum result of them, getting the maximum benefits of them, and to reach them, it is built on two things: trust and belief, and getting them engaged.
And communication.
Communication is the tool. If I know how to communicate with them properly, they will trust me, and they will feel engaged. What do I mean by feeling engaged? What's in it for me? Let's talk about the nation. I, as a citizen, do you want me to go to the elections? Do you want me to work? Do you want me to work 8 hours and do my best? What's in it for me? So people always get engaged when they know what's in it for them.
Exactly.
So leading is telling everyone the importance of what you're doing and how to do it, and motivating and energizing and celebrating the success of people. After leading, we go to the fourth step, which is controlling. Controlling is evaluation. Are we on track? Are we performing the way? Are we achieving or not? So simply, management is planning, organizing, leading, and controlling with an agile mindset.
Well, you mentioned something very important, which I'm so curious to ask you. Well, of course, we've seen lots of leadership programs here and there, and even by the government. But as you said, not everyone can be a leader.
Yes.
It's very, as you said, it's very smart, emotional intelligence, let's say, and
Yes.
that's all. Yes, people can learn so academic, but I'm speaking about not everyone can be a leader, even if he took like dozens of courses to be a leader. Am I right? Or what do you,
Okay,
I mean, this is the job of the
No, you are
the tutor.
totally right, but I can make just a little bit of correction.
Please.
Anyone can be a leader, but not anyone can be a charismatic leader.
Thank you. This is what I wanted to
Yeah,
say.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are not a leader, but you work on yourself, definitely you can earn or you can obtain lots of leadership skills. But some people are born with a lot of charisma. They are encouraged by their parents. They got the opportunity while they were young to show their leadership skills, because bringing kids plays a big role in leadership, in building a leader. So, by the way, by researches, everyone is born with a 24% of leadership skills. Okay? The rest, you have to work on it. So it depends. If this 24% you are born with it, but it was not enriched while you are young, it will die. So you need to work from the beginning. So yes, you can work on your skills. You can work on your leadership, communication skills, team building skills, communication skills. Definitely you can. And you can improve your leadership skills. But to be a charismatic leader, it's not easy.
It's not
yes,
easy.
I totally agree with you.
I think so.
Yeah.
But there's also something very important, because people who's listening right now, they will say, okay, strategic management, this is big words, and it's too much. But people doesn't know that it starts even with sports, education, work, everywhere. Even to rise in a nation, it takes a lot of effort. The management, as you said, like you really like did this beautiful summary telling me what is management and all that. How can we indulge even? And not just that, because of your professors too. So you meet lots of new young generations and youth who's like, they have the ambition, but they don't know where to start, or they want to start, but they think it's a big job for them, or they really distracted or such. So I think with the help of the science, I think this can create a major efficient generation.
Let me tell you, I teach strategic management at university, okay? And there is one comment I always get after the end of the course. Doctor, the benefit we got was not only good for our jobs, it changed our lives. This is I always, okay?
For sure.
So as I always say, you are a person, a human being, But can you walk in your life without a goal? You will be lost. Yes, if you don't have a goal in your life, you will be lost. Then you have a goal, like Egypt has a goal, like any nation has a goal. If you have a goal and you don't plan for it, it will turn out to be a dream. Yes?
Yes,
okay?
sure, I
So,
agree.
yes, I'm a human being, I have a goal, I want to be, I want to be, I want to be. And then after 10 years, I didn't come what I
Nothing
want.
happened.
Why? I don't know why. Did you work on it? Did you plan for it? No. So even for you on your personal life, if you have a goal but you didn't plan for it, how will you get it achieved? No way. Okay? So management is not business world. It is not commercial world. Management is how to put everything in its place. Whenever I teach management, I say management is life.
It's
Management,
art.
it's science and art. It's a mixture
art.
of science and art, okay? So you should know the best practices. You should know how people are dealing and are succeeding. And at the same time, you should enjoy managing yourself. Okay, sometimes you say, okay, during this coming period, I'm going to put myself in discipline. I will eat healthy food. I will do my prayers. You're putting yourself in discipline. This is management.
Yes.
If you are having a goal and you are saving money to buy this thing, for example, it is management. You are managing your money. So management, we breathe air, we breathe
our
air.
veins,
It's in our veins and it's in the air.
Exactly.
Okay, so management is a lifestyle. If it doesn't start with managing yourself, you will die. Exactly, as if you're not getting oxygen. So we can say management is oxygen.
Well, a short break when we will keep and follow up with our dear guest, Dr. Amira Sabiq. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're still following up with our episode today with my dear guest, Dr. Amira Sabiq, the strategic management and planning expert. Well, doctor, we need to know more about three pillars, three key words actually: agility, sustainability, and diversity. So can you tell us more about that?
Okay, let's start that. Let me tell you that these three concepts that you just mentioned, these are the three pillars that the whole world are working on now. Let's start with diversity. If you go to any Gulf area or you go to America, it is built mainly on diversity. Okay, we as nations, we want to have competitive advantages. We want to have something that we are proud of. When we work on something, we should have diversity of experiences, diversity of ages, diversity of backgrounds, diversity of culture, diversity of everything. Diversity builds different awareness, different perceptions, different brainstorming, different ideas, different strategies, different ways of implementation. So globalization now, the globalization that we are living in is pushing us to accept diversity. But if we have diversity but not managed in the proper way, it will turn out to be catastrophe. So now when we talk about diversity in our working places, in our countries, to open our hearts for diversity and to make it well managed, this is opening gates to have competitive advantage and to have new ideas, to generate new ideas and new strategies and new implementation methodologies. When we go to sustainability, now we have COP26, COP27, we have lots of conferences talking about the environment. When we talk about sustainability, because lots of people are just hearing the word, but they don't know what is meant. Sustainability in its simple words is we can use whatever we need of resources without wasting it. We have to use whatever we need from resources, but leave some for our coming generations. We want to give or to leave some resources to our kids and to their kids and all the coming generations. So sustainability is to be wise enough to find ways to rely on renewable energy, for example, not non-renewable energy,
green energy. We have the Sustainable Development Goals, which is also on top of the 2030 agenda of Egypt. We have the Urban Forum that was tackling lots of urbanization and the sustainable development in many and diverse fields. So I think also this is a very peaceful, nice cause, which people, I think right now, is maybe they're wondering the words before, but right now I think it's getting more popular, this word.
It is getting much more popular, But actually, we need some economists to convince some of the businessmen that sustainability is for their own good. Because some people say, why should I keep resources? Why should I not waste? It will not get with any benefit for me. So, but statistics show that all companies and all places that are working with sustainability, they are getting much more benefits, and they are getting much
recycling
more.
goes.
Let's say IKEA. Okay, well, I'm sorry, I don't know if I can mention names or not. Lots of places, lots of multinational organizations are now trying to find ways to replace the raw materials or the material they are using with renewable ones. And the awareness of people all around the globe now are looking for products that are helping in sustainability. So this is what we mean by sustainability, is to be wise enough, to be creative enough, to be conscious enough to find substitutes for the material we are using. The third thing is agility. Agility, as I said, we are in a VUCA world. So if we are not agile enough, we are going to be myopic. What do I mean by myopic? Is to be short-sighted. We are just living for today. We are not seeing. That myopia is to have short sight. So if we become myopic, we are living day by day. We are not working for the future. To avoid this myopic status, we have to be agile in the way of thinking. Agility means, even if I'm going, let's combine between agility and planning. To have an agile plan, yes, we are thinking long term, but in implementing, we are dividing this long plan into, as we call it, short sprint. A sprint and a sprint and a sprint and a sprint. What is it? What is this sprint? A sprint is a short period of time with part of the goal. Again, if I'm having a very long-term goal, I can divide it into sprints. Every sprint has its part of the big goal that I work on it, and I focus on it, and I come out with the results. After coming out with the results, I should have a retrospective, a feedback. What did we learn from this? And from sprint to sprint, I have to work on continuous improvement. So I want you to imagine, if we are dividing the big goal into short term, short term, short term, and insisting on continuous improvement from this period of time to another period of time, we are having improvement slowly but surely. And that's now what we are seeking. We are not seeking booming success. We want to do it properly, but to reach at the end real, well-established success, as we call it.
Not rapidly, but probably, yes, of course. And doctor, of course, you've been here and there. You have lots of beautiful students that, of course, they ask you dozens of questions on a daily basis, I guess. And as you've been trying to tell me, lots of info, which is, I appreciate that so much. I want to thank you. Adding to my info. What is the main questions that you always usually got asked by your students about this development, about the goals? And of course, I know probably they will have lack in understanding in the beginning, and afterwards, of course, they do understand the difference, and I think they work on it.
The question I always get is, will it really make a difference? If I'm following what you are teaching us, will it really make a difference? Will I, as a person, make a difference? So I always answer them, you are a part of the puzzle. If you have a strong belief, and you believe that you can make it, and then you start pick the circles around you who can make it with you, and then a bigger circle and a bigger circle, yes, you will make a difference. Sometimes youth, exactly, or even elders, they don't believe that they can make a difference. That's why I'm talking about the culture. If you make your people have the belief that yes, I can make a change, yes, we can. Yes, we make, even here in Egypt, when people say, it will not work out, my voice will not work out, I say, do what you can. You will do what you have to do.
Yes.
Another person will do what he has to do. So this is culture, this is awareness. So this question I'm always asked, will it make a difference? And the answer now, yes. Even if it will not make a difference in a big scale, but at least you can have an impact and influence in the circle where you are. I don't care about, like Gandhi. Gandhi said, if you want to make a change, start by yourself.
Yes.
Yes? So you can make a change in the circle you are in. Okay, so forget about the bigger circle. I want you to make a change in the circle you are in. Building self-confidence that a person really matters is very important. This comes beginning from our schools,
Homes,
homes,
families, friends,
exactly,
neighbors,
and especially
colleagues.
our schools, okay? Because sometimes kids, they don't believe their parents, but they believe their teachers. They take them as role models. That's why I'm always telling schools and education leaders, we have to build in kids while they are young, you matter. Yes, you can make a difference. Lots of people have lots of information, but they are not interested to apply it or use it because they feel that that the word management or strategic or to make a change is just a token symbol they are used. This is not tokenism. This is not something that we are putting as cliche. No. If you believe, like prophets started to believe, and they made a big change, you are a prophet now in your area. So having the science and having the passion and having the will, I can call it one word, if you have the integrity to do what's right, even if you are the only one you are doing it, it's part of your integrity. And if you lose your integrity, you are losing everything. So yes, it matters. And this is the question I always get from my students.
Because it's the forming of humans
Yes.
is very, well, it's not that easy to understand humans easily, but I think with all those questions, I bet if one of your students ask it today, if I matter, and they got like individuals can do it on their own, one individual, then two individuals, it takes two to tango. So I guess
Exactly.
I guess no one can do things alone, but they can start with themselves. They can work on themselves. They can open their mind to different experiences, exchanges, culture exchange, knowledge exchange, information exchange. And I think the part of professors and doctors and teachers are very important when it comes to encouraging them just not to stay in their own world, but also to be exposed to different science and different experiences and to go global.
And to achieve this, as we say, we need two things. Ministry of Education, please push schools or make it mandatory to have character building classes. Character building with all it means, that a person is important, building self-confidence, teach students how to voice themselves, teach students how to stand for their rights from the age of 4. Then I'm asking the people, the government, to prepare the culture and the environment for this. Getting out these schools or these students from schools to real life, they have to find environment that is ready for them to voice themselves. So if we start from the early age, teaching kids how to voice themselves, and then we are preparing the culture for them and giving them the science to learn what management is. I always say, if I become the Ministry of Higher Education, I will make studying business in all faculties, medicine, pharmacy, whatever, because it's very important.
It opens your mind.
It opens your mind.
For sure.
It was just today I was telling my students, without an MBA, you are lacking something, because MBA is teaching you how to learn business administration and management. So, yes, it is very important to start with very early ages, to prepare the environment, to teach character building in schools, and to have awareness classes for moms, how to raise their kids standing for their rights, voicing themselves, trying, being proud of themselves. Like I always tell kids, you should be proud of yourself, you should be proud of your country, you should be proud of you. So this reshaping the character of our Egyptian kids, I think it will make big difference in our future.
Well, we can say that also management and strategic management includes champions.
Yep.
Now, if we look to Mo Salah, if we look this determination,
Planning, determination,
of course,
persistence.
This is like 100%. the guy never, he took the award and he went to train. So we went back to training. So everyone was like, well, are you serious? You didn't go to party here and there, but this is determination. He had a goal, he worked for it. And I guess if people don't want to, the students don't want to buy like different experiences from older generations, then you have Mo Salah, who everyone loves, and this is a role model, not just in Egypt, but I swear it is in the whole world. Well, Mrs. Amira Sabiq, unfortunately we came to the end of this episode. I'm sorry, it won't be the last. Well, I enjoyed so much.
Me too. I always enjoy your thoughts.
Of course, this is a small dose, but I'm super delighted that you accompanied me today, and thank you so much for this.
Always my pleasure and honor. Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Dr. Amira Sabiq, the strategic management and the planning expert. Unfortunately, we came to the end of this episode. Promise we'll be back next week with more diverse and interesting topics. Until then, goodbye.